Daniel, what level will we be talking about?
Tree Zone Special.
Can you tell us how you get to Tree Zone Special?
Let's remember. so, well, there's a secret exit in, I think, Tree Zone 2,
Yes.
and I think it's in the level with the gooey substance in the cave.
Yeah, that's the inside the tree level where you're going through tree sap.
Okay. That's what it is. Okay, yeah. So it's in that level. After the halfway checkpoint, there is an area where you can use the Bunny Mario power up to glide through the air and reach an otherwise out of reach location, and then you just follow that channel and it leads directly to a secret exit.
Right, you have to make a jump that you can't make as normal Mario. Once you get to Tree Zone Special, what are the platforming challenges?
I noticed overall with these special levels that they're very clear in their concepts behind the level challenges. And in this one, there are two sets of challenges or two main parts, and they're these, I guess you'd say, like a Koopa combo path where you can step on an initial Koopa Trooper and then send their shell flying forward to knock out a series of other Koopa Troopers lined up in a row. And so that type of challenge, it's repeated, although with a different type of variation. But the way in which this level introduces this idea, I think, is quite interesting. So it starts off, and there's this initial little area where you can play around, and then
Yeah,
after
that initial area has a lot of overlapping layers of platforms, and there's not too much focus to how you go forward.
yeah, it's a bit of a freer practice portion. You know, you could say that it's there to establish a context for the presence of the Koopa Troopers or the platforms in which you can jump up through, but it doesn't really serve a strong purpose. But then what I like about the two main challenges, if we focus on the first one first, you'll see that there's this row of coins just above the line of Koopa Troopers. And so there's this implicit folded level design in play where if a player sees the coins and they pursue those coins, they'll take the upper path. And as they do that, they'll be able to see the string of Koopa Troopers below. Then once they reach the end, if they wish, they can go back and then send a shell flying through and knock out the line of Koopa Troopers. So this is clever in a few ways. One, the resolution of the Game Boy screen is quite limited, right? And so what they do is they use this upper floor and the use of coins as a means of directing the player's attention. They use that design to move the player through and to allow the player to see the area underneath, which they otherwise wouldn't really be able to see.
So
Because of that zoomed in perspective.
what you're saying is that because the Game Boy screen is so small, being on the same level as the Koopa is kind of dangerous, and being able to stand on a platform above them gives you a safe place to view them from.
Yes, that's right, yes. And it also, just on the nature of how everything is organized in rows, the coins encourage you to move on through to the end and kind of ignore the Koopa Troopers. And so, in a way, like, you leave the challenge in a pristine state for you to then go backtrack, and then set up that string of Koopa hits.
Shouty, did you play this level any differently? Or this segment of the level?
I think I didn't even register the fact that you could use the Koopas to get one-ups like that.
I don't think that rule is in this game, actually. They just die, you don't get a one-up after so many.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that's right.
it still didn't register to me that I was supposed to destroy the Koopas with one of them.
So,
I just went through the level like normal.
okay. Hearing the way you two approached the level was interesting, because I had read this differently, and that every time I approach this level, those first couple Koopas are an incentive to kick one forward, and then if you chase the coins, you can follow the shell as it runs forward through the level, and so the coins are there to incentivize you to keep up with the Koopa shell as it's racing forward.
Yeah, I guess there's really 3 layers at work. One layer is, I think, as most people would play, as Shadi was saying, is to just kind of move through on the space. The second one would be to do that folded level undesign thing where you get all the coins first, and then by getting all the coins, you survey the area, and then you find out, oh yeah, maybe I can go back and do this. And on the third one is to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is much higher level play.
Well, I don't like to brag. So that's just the first half of the level, too.
Yeah. But yeah, it's still on the same thing that's going on where you can still move through the space and collect all the coins and go back and so on. But I think the second challenge is harder simply because of the small gaps between the platforms, and so you have to really control your jumps.
Wait, hold on a second. Are you talking about the 1 block wide gaps?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I mean, you can walk over those, but then there's like, there's a few other ones that mix it up, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's also worth noting that the platform that you run over is now solid, so if you fall down, you can't jump back up unless you go back to one of those specific gaps, which puts you in more direct contact with the Koopas, puts you in more danger.
Yeah. It's especially tricky if you're small Mario, because then you can get caught underneath. But I'd say it's unlikely that the player would enter this part as small Mario, because they actually enter the level as Bunny Mario.
Right.
And so, yeah, unless they get hit twice. The second half implies more of what you were saying, Greg. That is to get the coins in that one go, or at least I interpret it that way.
Do you mean that the player might, after seeing the first half of the level, extrapolate and expect there to be a line of Koopas in this half as well?
Yeah, well, they've already moved through an area where that is the case, and they may have inferred that. So I guess on the second time around, they're more likely to register with that. But although these challenges are set up for the potential for higher level play, as are many of the good Mario levels, players might not even realize that, or might not even feel it's worth going back and doing that. And and if we weren't looking at these levels from the sort of outsider view, then we probably wouldn't have registered with this anyway. But it's there and it's neat, and it's good that in a level like this, the player has a lot of options for scaling the difficulty of the challenge. You could also say that there's kind of a thing going on at the very end with that last question block, where if you hit that, then a mushroom will move to the right, and so you kind of have to follow it and let it fall. And so you could say that there is this theme of following moving items.
Stuff falling off of ledges.
Yeah.
Most of the secret levels have something that I would screw up initially and want to go back and try again, and then I would have to re-unlock the level. And in this case, it was getting all the Koopas in as few shots as possible. Even though you don't get a 1-up for it, it is really cathartic just to watch a row of them get bowled over in one go. It's fun that they could set up a level like that. Yeah.
Although, I do find it annoying that you can't just replay these stages after you've beaten them. Like, it'll send you back to the level with the secret eggs, and you have to go through the secret eggs.
They're more bonus levels than, like, legitimate challenging levels, I think.
Actually, there is one bonus level you can go back to and play, and it's one in Macro Zone.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay, cool.
I forgot about that.